Nattore sto per dire.
Welcome to all my regular style bunnies, and a warm welcome to those of you who have joined us for the Style Masterclass, just to make your world a more beautiful place. Over the next few months, we're going to take you through the very basic aspects of style up until building the most stylish wardrobe. This is really aimed at the 50-plus woman, but I do believe that we should be putting our daughters through at a very young age. As fashion is transient, style is really for life, and the younger we learn it, the better. So today on this video, we're just going to really talk briefly about colour, briefly about dressing for your body shape, and briefly about following current trends or not, as the case may be. The following vlogs over the following weeks will deal with these aspects in a much deeper way, so that I can impart my knowledge more deeply, and you can go away and use the tools that best suit you. Let's talk a little bit about style first of all. Yves Saint Laurent, which I'm sure you've all heard of, a very famous French designer, once said, and I quote, that it only takes 4 minutes to create an impression and you don't get a second chance. I'd go further than that actually and say that within 30 seconds people have already made up their mind about you. Okay, knowing your own style can really help you. I can save you time, money, I can make you look 10 years younger, 10 pounds lighter even, and restore your confidence that so many of us lose in later life. It's amazing how many women get to 50 and really still don't know their own style or their own bodies or really what suits them. But here's a few over 50s that really do know their style, and you probably know them as well as I do. Halle Berry, Cindy Crawford, Liz Hurley, great favourite of mine, looks amazing, still in a bikini, and Elle Macpherson, the body. And here's one that sadly doesn't know her own style. Call me Teresa. We need to talk. Let's talk a little bit about fashion versus style, because I would say I'm not a fashionista, I'm not fashionable, although many people would say I'm incredibly stylish. And this is really what I want to impart, that fashion, as I mentioned before, is really a temporary phase. And style is forever, and as a 50-something you can look pretty desperate to still be following all the fashion trends. How many times have you, and be honest with yourselves, have you looked in a magazine and felt that you thought something would look good on you and it's probably on a 20-something model, and really it's not your style, but because it's fashionable you think, that might look good on me. In magazines there's very much who wore it best, I think, in most magazines now, where you've got 2 people wearing the same thing. There's a reason why one looks far better than the other, because she's probably dressing to her style, her colouring and her body shape. And it's important not to follow fashion slavishly, especially as you get older. So the benefits of discovering your own personal style is that it's for life. It will result in a much more coordinated wardrobe. You'll know instantly in stores what suits you. You'll save money on all those unwanted purchases that we've all had stuffed in the back of our wardrobe. You'll shop wiser. You'll know more about colours and style. Most importantly, everything in your wardrobe will match. All those hours spent on looking for something to wear that coordinates. And once you've got your own style palette and you understand your colours, then you can take these shopping and hold them up to the clothes, and so then everything in that palette coordinates. and that's what your wardrobe will consist of. Most importantly of all, I would say shop twice a year. That's all you need to do, and plan ahead. So many of you have probably had colour analysis done on you, but for those that haven't, I would suggest you probably go to a specialist. But in the next video, we're actually going to show you how to actually try and do it yourself, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about it. But what can colour and choosing the right colours for your skin tone, what can it do for you? It can certainly take years off your age, certainly. It can make you look less tired, more vibrant. It will coordinate with everything you wear. It will certainly lift you, make you look happier. And even the right colour bikini can actually make your cellulite disappear, I promise you. So basically the colours, as probably a lot of you are aware, are done seasonally. So you're either a summer, autumn, winter or spring. So the spring and autumn tonal shades tend to be warm, and the summer, winter tend to be cool. But within those, there's a few other scopes. For example, colours can be, as I said, warm or cool. They can be soft, muted or clear, and they can be light or deep. So there's lots of spectrum within those colours as well. Once you've had a colour analysis, it's probably important to say that it actually doesn't change with age, if you dye your hair, because most of the colour analysis we do is with your hair off your face. So even if you have a tan, your basic tone of your skin doesn't change. You are either for life a warm or a cool shade. Many people get nervous, and the only complaints I ever get is that people, oh my God, I won't be able to wear black. You can wear black, but your 5-star colours, I would say, you need to put really around your face area, around your neck or around your top half, if you really feel you can't part with your black. But absolutely, I'd never tell anyone they could wear black. And in fact, the only shade that really looks good with black around their face, though, is the winter palette. So remember, girls, that you can even reduce the appearance of cellulite with the right colour swimwear. Okay, one thing I know for sure, without a question, is that you can are definitely cool or warm in your tone. The best way of knowing this is whether silver jewellery looks better on you than gold. That's obviously a good starting point. But look, let me demonstrate. This is how we would normally start a colour session. This is silver against my skin tone. And this is the gold. Which one lights up my face more? Which takes years off me? Again. I think it's quite plain to see. So I'm a warm tone, and I wouldn't wear silver jewellery. I would only wear gold jewellery to complement my skin tone. Okay, so we're going to do colour analysis in greater depth on next week's video, so please tune in for that. But let's just talk briefly about body image, and once again we'll be doing this in greater depth. So I'm just going to say, just so you can identify which one you are, and there really is only 6 body types. So what we have here is angular, and you can identify your friends here as well probably. Rectangular, heart shape, and then hourglass, which is the skinny waist and big hips, big boobs, which is me, and then pear shape, which a lot of English girls tend to be, as do Americans actually when I styled Americans, and then the French actually tend to be more angular, funnily enough. And then you've got the ellipse, which is like what we used to call an apple shape. where you don't really have a waist, but you have lovely, slender, beautiful legs. So that's something we would normally accent on the ellipse shape. So you're only one of those body shapes, but of course a later video we'll be showing you how to dress for your body shape, but it helps you to identify now so you're ready for that when that video comes along. Okay, so no matter what body shape you are, there are actually a few golden rules that would apply to whoever you are. One of those is, if you've got a large bust, steer away from polo necks. Polo necks are made for girls who are small with small busts. It never looks good on a lady with a large bust. But deep V necks look fantastic on women with a more ample bosom, should we say. If you've got a waist, use it, show it. Wear tight-fitting clothes. There's nothing better than a small waist. Or if you've got a waist that is in smaller proportion to your bust and hips, show it off. Skirt lengths should always cut off at the smallest part of your leg, never at the widest part because it just emphasises it. And jackets should never sit at the widest part of your hip. Also, one really important aspect, which we will go into deeper when we do the body image class together, is that use texture, pattern and colour to detract or impact on your favourite or not so favourite parts of your body. We can use that quite a lot to really create the illusion. We said at the beginning we want to talk a little bit about current trends. I can't emphasise enough when you're over 50 not to follow current trends slavishly. It's good to read the younger magazines to spot the minimalist trends, and I also think that magazines aimed at older ladies are tend to be quite frumpy on the fashion front, so I wouldn't recommend that either. Things like Good Housekeeping, Women and Home really do nothing for you in the fashion stakes. A really good magazine that I find that's got a very good balance is something like Harper's Bazaar. I think even Vogue has gone overly trendy now. So don't follow it slavishly. It kind of does make you look very desperate when you're older. Once you know your own style, dress simply in colours that suit you, in shapes that suit your body. Don't try too hard. But say 10% of it can be current trends, you know, belt shapes, accessories, handbags, skirt lengths. But once you know what suits you, your confidence will soar. And there's nothing more stylish than a confident woman, which is where I aim to get you all by the end of this masterclass over the coming months. So thanks for tuning in, Style Bunnies and guests, and so don't forget, you can get the next lesson in this style masterclass for the over 50s. Every Wednesday there'll be a new lesson posted, so click subscribe now so you don't miss out. Look forward to next Wednesday. Cheers.